Doggone Trouble, or Trouble as it was originally named, is about a dog owned by a super rich old lady who has to find a new life after she passes away. Yeah, she spoils this dog so much that she ruins him. It starts off with this butterfly flying around. I don't know why this girl takes this picture, I guarantee it turned out horrible. It eventually flies into this really nice mansion and lands on this dog's nose. See this huge bed? Yeah, it's all his. What the hell?
Good morning, Master Trouble.
The fact that this guy has to call this dog master is wrong on so many levels, but it just gets worse. Because they have to groom him like this every day. How much do you think these people hate their lives? He even has to present him like he's the king of this country or something. This is the first time it's shown this lady, and I'm already convinced that she's just a bitch. I mean, she takes this dog everywhere, feeds it human food, and they go through this routine every day. For God's sake, these poor servants have to wash this dog crap, clap for him, and spray his ass. I don't even know what to say about this. These people probably can't wait until this old lady dies. Well, the old lady died, so now here the niece and nephew are for the reading of the will. And they go out of their way to make it abundantly clear that they only care about the inheritance and that they don't even care that their aunt died. Because they need you to know that these are terrible people.
That painting is tasteless. We should sell it immediately.
Claire! That thing's worth over $1 million!
That's the freaking Mona Lisa. What are you even talking about? Okay, before the will is even read, they start appraising stuff and selling it off. And they make it clear that they don't like dogs. I wonder what the catch in the will is going to be. Then Trouble gets locked in this moving truck and it takes off. Well, that sucks, because to get the inheritance, Claire and Norbert have to agree to take care of the dog. And after some meaningless inventory of what Mrs. Vandahoozy has, that's seriously her name, I'm sorry. The truck swerves and Trouble falls out of the back. How did the back open just from that? But back at the mansion, Claire and Norbert are freaking out that Trouble is missing.
Check the pool house, the greenhouse, and shed house.
You idiot.
Ow!
Why would she even have one of those? This house has 9 bathrooms.
Did they just make a joke? And back in the forest, some squirrels pull Trouble out of a tree, and they do some West Side Story thing and steal his collar. So Trouble runs off and makes his way onto a meat truck where he meets Rousey. They get caught and run away. Eventually, they stop on the road and steal this girl's pizza. Claire and Norbert contact some psycho named Thurman, who I guess is the best tracker in the world or something, in order to find Trouble. And back to the woods, Trouble and Rousey have some worthless scene with these stupid squirrels again. This movie is painful to watch. And Thurman starts tracking Trouble and starts doing whatever this is. See what I mean by he's a psycho? For some reason, we see Pizza Girl in her apartment playing a guitar and entering in some singing competition. So it's spending time on a random character. Gee, I wonder who's gonna end up taking care of Trouble and getting all the inheritance instead of the terrible relatives. The next day, Trouble and Rousey find the dog park, where Trouble is gonna find someone to help him get home. So he finds these 4 dogs, and just the most juvenile things start happening. Remember what I said about this movie being painful? And they tell him that one way to get someone to take him home is to run in the middle of the street and start playing in traffic. These guys are trying to kill him. Oh look, Pizza Girl happens to come by, what a coincidence, and she takes him with her.
It's just temporary until I find where you came from. You got that?
Yeah, I'm sure of that. So she sneaks the dog past her landlord, and then Trouble starts acting like some spoiled little shithead, so Zoe puts him outside. And Rousey just so happens to stop by to tell him how horrible people are, and once she leaves, he starts barking, so Zoe lets him back inside. Yeah, bring a dog that can't stop barking into your apartment that doesn't allow pets. I hope she gets kicked out.
How about a pizza slice? I get him free anyhow, so...
Hear how much he's barking? How the hell does her landlord, who lives right there, not hear this? Yeah, let's post evidence that you're keeping a dog in your apartment on the internet. What a great idea. Thurman somehow tracks to Rousey's sleeping spot and starts explaining what happened there in way too much detail than anyone can ever know from just smelling. And I don't understand why Rousey just doesn't attack him. Then Zoe and Trouble go to the dog park where there's more stuff that shouldn't be in a kid's movie, and...
Somebody stepped on my nuts!
God damn it! Can they just stop with the stupid squirrels? They literally have no point. But anyway, the other dogs try to get Trouble's collar back, and... Are you actually kidding me? Why did they put half this stuff in here? Then Thurman takes, I'm guessing, a squirrel, thinking it was trouble. Okay, she saw all of this happen and just didn't care. Yep, he got a squirrel. And he talks to it like this is the Emperor's new groove or something and bribes him into leading him to Trouble. So Trouble's alone in Zoe's apartment, so the squirrels break in and start wrecking the apartment. Oh, now the landlord hears him barking. And Zoe comes back after being gone for like 2 minutes and finds her apartment all messed up. And the landlord comes in and evicts her from the apartment. She kind of deserved it.
I want you out of this apartment by tomorrow.
Technically, he has to give her 30 whatever, and he takes Trouble to the pound. And just by coincidence, Rousey is there too. Why does she keep showing up every place that he's at? Then she tells some story about how she had a family and saved the son's life, but the parents saw what happened and just saw the killer pit bull and sent her to the pound for trying to kill their son. I don't know if they thought she dragged him into the street or what. It was blatantly obvious she saved him. I think these people are just stupid.
Dumpster dive. It's not pretty, but it keeps us street dogs alive. You feel me?
Why does that voice sound so familiar? It's Snoop Dogg. How did they convince Snoop Dogg to be in this? Anyway, Thurman picks Trouble up from the pound. And literally the next minute, Zoe comes to pick him up, but he's already gone. There's no way she didn't see Thurman walking out with Trouble. Even if she somehow didn't, why did the pound manager not tell her that someone already picked him up?
I wish I could take you all home.
God damn it, they're all gonna end up living in the mansion with her, aren't they? Then Thurman brings Trouble back to the mansion. Great, I don't even care anymore. Then Claire tells him that she's not paying him. Maybe pay the psycho that tracks down animals and kills them? I mean, okay, I hope she dies. Some old lady is looking at the dogs in the pound and they scare her into this giant button that opens all the cages. How the hell does that work? Have I mentioned this movie is painful to watch? So Rousey looks for Trouble at the dog park and this one can somehow hear exactly where the car is right down to what street it's on. No. So Zoe and all the dogs go to the mansion to get Trouble, and Thurman makes a plan to hold Trouble for ransom until he gets paid for his work. These two are about to sign the inheritance contract, but Zoe walks in to ruin it. And Thurman barges in to demand his payment. And in comes the stupid squirrels and these three. How the hell are all these characters getting inside?
Hey, Snoop, Otis, Caramel.
Wait, did they literally name the dog Snoop? Oh my god. This is honestly the only good part about this movie. And then whatever is going on here happens. After all that, the lawyer decides to let Trouble decide who he wants to be his owner. Gee, I wonder who he's gonna pick. And what a surprise, he picks Zoe. And she gets the dog, the mansion, and all the money, even though the will said those stipulations were for Norbert and Claire and didn't say anything about anyone else getting Trouble or the inheritance. Anyway, she uses some of the money to renovate the dog park and has some concert thing there.
We strays can find our way. I found my voice now.
Yeah, that's completely the same person singing. Enjoy your nightmare dog who's never gonna listen to you. This movie, as I've said, is painful to watch. It has terrible dialogue, inappropriate humor that just seems out of place for a kids movie, and it has some pretty bad voice acting. I feel like the humor was supposed to be something to make the adults laugh, but it comes off as cringy and juvenile. There are fart jokes, fine, but then there's squirrels constantly making jokes about their nuts, dogs wiping their butt on the ground, and a dog that humps everything. It just seems out of place and it makes this movie hard to watch. The voice acting is pretty bad overall, but I can't really blame the actors for it. Big Sheen does a pretty good job as Trouble. He can change his voice to sound excited, sad, or whatever he needs to, and his barking and growling is half decent. Paula Adlon is pretty good as Rousey when she's talking, except she kinda sounds flat when she's trying to show emotion. Her fake growling though is just terrible. It sounds like something someone would do when playing with a dog but trying not to scare it. The rest of the cast is hit and miss. Some of them I think are bad just because the way the characters are written. Like I find Thurman and the squirrels really annoying, but the way that they're written, there's really nothing any other actor could do to make it better. The animation isn't bad, but not the best for a medium budget movie. The animation style is a bit different, but that's probably because it was made in Canada. I don't like the way the squirrels are designed, but that might just be because I hate them for being so annoying. The dogs look pretty good. They look like they have fur without actually having individual hairs, and their facial expressions work pretty well, except there's a few times where Trouble's mouth just looks off when he's talking. The human designs are fine. Some of them are kind of shaped oddly, but I'm pretty sure that's just a design choice. Snoop Dogg and Betty White must have been really bored to agree to be in this movie. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.